And you know why these bitches don't be liking y'all bitch ass niggas? Cause you don't wipe your ass good. You know how many bitches done told me when they broke up with that nigga, they put all your business out there, brother, man. Why you don't be wiping your ass good? Put y'all nigga drawers all on Instagram, man. You got goddamn boo-boo in your drawers. That ain't no mistake right there. Don't slip up and leave that much shit in your ass, man. Just keeping it real, man. Y'all nigga, that's why they hold on. That's why they think everybody like y'all. They don't like us no more. They don't do nothing for us no more. They think we got shit in our drawers, man. Just a damn shame. And we can't blame nobody but them. Cause them the niggas that they be choosing shitty butt ass niggas, man. Draws and shit out hard and shit. Fuck nigga, I'm on y'all head this year. Swear to God, I gave it to the women a whole year straight. Made millions out the bitches. Where's y'all?
I don't have dookie in my drawers. My drawers ain't hard. The righteous is clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. All praises to the Most High. Before I start this video, I want to thank everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Just in case you don't make it to the end of the video, I wanted to thank you now. Thank you. And I mean that.
Hip-hop was a CIA operation from the inception, even in the 80s.
CIA financed 80s hip-hop.
John Homestead, a retired CIA agent, has admitted this week on national Russian television that the CIA was behind the creation of the 1980s hip-hop scene and financed major hip-hop acts, including NWA, African Bambaataa, and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
African Bambaataa, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. The CIA.
You see, this is why I'm not a, hey, my brother, I love you, my brother. You melanated, my brother. Let's fight for freedom, my brother. Because it was my brothers, along with the others. But it was my brothers who sold us out.
Was there from day one. Them your day one niggas.
The time spent big money, this is serious money, this is in quotations, on this covert operation destined to further division and corruption of the American youth to nihilist, anti-establishment, and anti-American ideologies.
Stop. They trying to get anti-establishment and anti-American activities. When Crazy Bone read it, the dude said, well, where's Brand Nubian? Where's Latifah? Where's Public Enemy? Where's all of that shit? But they also work to get you to believe anti-establishment. They're just step one before you get to gangster rap. But
Why would they not infiltrate after they just COINTELPRO Black Panthers, after they shut down all the civil rights movements, all the American Indian movements, all the feminist, all them other movements that was going at the same time? You think it was done? COINTELPRO was over? No.
So, in the 80s, let's take it to the late 80s. We have the GATE program. We have gang banging. AIDS is at an all-time high. We have crack cocaine and hip-hop. Oh, I almost forgot about Faces of Death. Remember, Faces of Death was a part of the GATE program. Hip-hop is a part of the GATE program. Listen, as you start the vibe higher, you're going to start having these memories. You're going to start seeing everything. It's going to all start making sense. And you're not going to like these rappers anymore. You're not going to like the people that participated in it. Right here, we have Ice Cube and Ice-T right here. And guess what? Both of them came out talking about fuck the police. I'm going to say it like that. They went against the police. And about 15 years later, they were both playing police on TV and movies. Ice-T, he played a police on TV. And Ice Cube, he played a police, even a bounty hunter on the movies. They are all actors. It is all against the chosen. It is all programs. Hip hop is a program from the CIA. That's what this video is talking about. So let me go over that again one more time. The GATE program, it wasn't just with the elementary schools. Yeah, it focused on the children back in those days. It started in the elementary school, the hearing test, drinking the pink swish, looking at the cards. But it also was Faces of Death, gang banging, drugs, and hip hop. Hip hop is from the CIA. Yeah. I'm not talking about the hip hop that started in the Bronx, the hip hop from the Most High. I'm talking about this gangster rap shit, this drill music, this genocide music. You know what I'm talking about.
Quick thought. Everybody who have a dog, I want you to understand something. I just learned this myself too. Every time I leave the house, my dog would like freak out, right? Did you know that dogs don't have no sense of time? That's a man-made idea, a man-made construct. Dogs don't have no sense of that, right? So every time you leave the house, your dog's looking at you like you vanished. That's traumatic. I'm talking about their little bodies go into straight panic mode, stress mode. Their bodies start releasing cortisol. They go into straight panic and stress mode every time that happens. So that made me think and look at my dog situation better, man. Like, damn, I can't believe my dog like that, but I do gotta go. But that's what they be going through. So just be mindful of the dog thing. I don't know how we can help them out with that, but they be stressing when we leave. They thinking we ain't never coming back because they don't understand time. You understand? So be mindful of that.
The reason I show this video is because I'm a dog owner. Now check this out, right? Remember I told you about the copycat tactic. So one of my neighbors, they want to copy me and they get a German Shepherd. But this guy is old. He's in a wheelchair. As soon as I seen him with the German Shepherd puppy, I knew that it was going to be trouble. This guy, he want to copy me so bad that he don't even do his research. He see me, I get up, I got all of this energy, I run around a block 100 times, then I run to the canal, then I run up and down the street with my dog. And he want to just copy that, right? So he want to get that dog to get me mad and take my energy. When he got a German Shepherd, I started laughing. You know why? Because he's going to have to give his German Shepherd up. He's in a wheelchair. He's an old guy. He's a fool, a stupid fool who's still trying to run on the same programs using this copycat tactic. He get this dog, this German Shepherd dog, and guess what? It continues to bark and bark and bark and bark. Anybody that has a work dog, a saddleback German Shepherd, that's the type of German Shepherd I have. A saddleback German Shepherd is a work dog. You have to give them at least 90 minutes. That's an hour and a half of exercise a day, man. You have to stimulate their mind. If they don't, they'll bite your ass. And this guy just want to copycat me, copycat tactic. And now he have to surrender his dog because the dog just can't stop barking and barking and barking. He can't even train his dog. He don't even have enough money or patience to train his dog. He don't even have the energy. You see what happened to these people when they try to copy us? they always fall on their face. I'm talking about that dog is so irritated, it just keeps barking and barking. And I want to tell him so bad, you got to take that dog. It's a German Shepherd, man. You gotta wake up every day. Why do you think I got a small waistline? Why do you think I always do this cardio? Not just because me. Sometimes I don't even want to do the cardio, but the dog, being that it's a work dog, it makes me do the cardio. These German Shepherds ain't I can't believe this old man got a German Shepherd. Look, let me tell you something real quick. If you're a stay-at-home person, if you're a homey type of person, if you're not like me, if you don't wake up in the morning, if you don't do cardio twice a day and always on the move, don't get a work dog, because that'll torture your dog and they'll bite your ass. Hey, look, as soon as I seen this guy with a German Shepherd, I said, it's going to turn on him. German Shepherds get real irritated if they don't get their exercise and their mind stimulated. That's why I showed this video, because I loves the dogs.
I really don't care who's listening. Like, I don't care. But they didn't think that I was gonna get up. And part of the agenda was to turn me down until I was not able to get up. And there's a network of Luciferians. There's a network, and they get together and they rub each other's back and they go to each other's events. God is my witness that we're duking it out in the spirit. This is a warning. Leave the people of God alone. I really don't.
Okay, Luciferian network. Somebody wrote in the comment section that the dysfunctional family are Satanists. No, there's a difference between Satanists and Luciferians. Now, there are dysfunctional families that's Satanists and they're not hiding it. But let's talk about the Luciferian families, because the majority of dysfunctional families that's associated and participating in this gang stalking program, they're Luciferian. They're Luciferians. You see, a Luciferian go to church. The religious narcissist. I always talk about the religious narcissist. The religious narcissist is a Luciferian. You see, these Luciferians feel that it's right, it's righteous to sacrifice you. For you to suffer, it's righteous. Okay, I guess it's like me looking at a chicken, right? This is how the Luciferians look at us. This is how your dysfunctional family member look at you when they're about to sacrifice you. This is why they can sacrifice you so easy. I'm gonna show you right now. A farmer looks at a chicken and the farmer says, "It is good for me to take these eggs, because there is a lot of people that's gonna survive off the protein, amino acids of these eggs. Yeah, I know that it's the mother hen's chicklets, but I'm gonna take them because it's gonna do something good. And for the mother, I'm going to break her neck and pluck off all her feathers. I'm going to cook her. I'm going to cook her and all of her girlfriends. And I'm going to take their eggs too, because the human race is going to benefit off of it." Now that makes sense unless you a damn chicken. And in this case, in a dysfunctional family, we're the chickens. They see that it's a good thing. They look at it as a good thing if they sacrifice us. The world, the world gets to spin for a couple of more years. You remember the movie Knock at the Cabin with Batista? Remember, if they couldn't choose to sacrifice a person, then Armageddon would come. So the Luciferians, They have to take us out. If not, then Armageddon to come. But look, they couldn't take us out, and now their Armageddon is smacking them right in the face. It is Armageddon for them. They saying that she's a dude. Hold on. They saying that she's a guy because she's real tall. I'm into conspiracies, but I'm not into that BS. Look, one of the coolest women, I'm talking about a sister. If she came on here and we talked and you heard one of our conversations, you would like her. If she had a YouTube channel, you would subscribe to my sister that was 6'6". She wore a size 11 in men. Her feet was so damn big. She was so beautiful. She was a woman. She had a son. Cut it out. You ever heard of the women of the Amazon? Man, there was women that was 50 feet tall. You ever heard about Attack of the 50 foot? Man, cut it out, man. The women's was ruling the world, man. Cut it out, man.
I don't know about you, but that energy that's circulating in the spiritual realm, the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it, it is super, super intense. Are you feeling it?
I could feel it. January 1st, 2036, -10. I wake up this morning and I do it again. I hop on the phone. I call one of my friends. He told me he got a lot of money and he just bought a Benz. But 4 years ago, he was homeless. All praises to the Most High. Thank you. Thank you for the information. Thank you for allowing us to raise our energy. I'm feeling it. Yes, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it?
This is nasty work. They are pumping them fake clouds in the air again. And this is Miami, and we barely get sunny days because they cover up the sun with these clouds. They never evaporate. It's not real smoke. It stays in the air like a painting because that's the only way they can shut us down is by blocking us from the sun and spraying this stuff in the air.
At first, I didn't believe it. Mason Man told me. Mason Man told me that 90% of the clouds that you see, look up in the sky right now. Do you see a cloud? There's a 90% chance that that cloud was created somewhere. And in this video, this guy is talking about that. I didn't believe it when Mason Man told me until I started sleeping on the roof. You see, I was homeless. My woman and my children, they was sleeping in her mother's apartment, and I was sleeping on the roof of that apartment. At night, around 11 o'clock, my woman will let me up in. I go to the back, I climb up the stairs, I lock the little door, and then I get my sleeping bag and I sleep on the roof. And it was pretty cool. I meditate. There was a lot of times I just look at the stars and just doze off. There was some times that I'd be nervous, like one if a gargoyle come and swoop me up or some shit, right? But there was some nights that I look towards the west, towards Wilmington. There's a city in Southern California, in LA, called Wilmington, California. I would look towards Wilmington and I would see these clouds being made. There was these big tubes, and these tubes that have this smoke come out. And this smoke, it'll be real long, just like this right here. This smoke will be real long and then it just break off into a cloud, a little cloud. And then the cloud will get bigger and bigger. And I remember one night I just watched it for hours. I watched it make clouds. And I said, I'll be damned. I'm watching this factory in Wilmington make clouds. I would go to sleep and I was able to see the stars. Clear sky. When I wake up, the whole Long Beach was gray. Now I know why it was gray. Because while we're asleep, they're making clouds, man. I know this sounds crazy. A lot of people probably won't believe it, but I really don't care. You know why? Because as we move further into 2026, 2027, 2028, as the times start to go by faster and faster and faster, people are going to see it, and you're not going to be able to deny it. All praises to the Most High.
Real OGs know. The older we get, the more we appreciate being out of the loop. I mean, don't fill me in on shit. The lesser people problems I know about, the better. Stop me when I'm lying.
I ain't gonna
Real
stop you,
OGs.
brother.
It's so wild and ironic that they went around the community smearing the status of your mental health. Because if they were actually concerned about you, they would have come and talked to you. Instead, they created and fabricated stories to defame your character. It's so wild and ironic
Now, here's the thing about my crack addiction. Nobody that said that they loved me said anything about my crack addiction. When my younger brother got addicted to whatever the hell he got addicted to that made him start looking like a zombie and smelling like a zombie, nobody said anything. It's like they enabled us, especially me. My family enabled me. They made it seem like they couldn't see that I was sprung out on hard rock cocaine, man. I was sprung out. Nobody never said nothing. Nobody ever offered help. If I ever see somebody drowning, I'm going to reach out a hand or try to give them a stick or a rope or something. They didn't give up nothing. They just watched it. And they played like they didn't see it. And then they hopped on the phone and they talked about it. They talked about how disgusting it looked. When they could have helped, they could have gave advice. They could have helped, man. They could have gave advice. You hearing what I'm saying? Let me hear this one more time.
It's so wild and ironic that they went around the community smearing the status of your mental health. Because if they were actually concerned about you, they would have come and talked to you.
What if I told you all the presidents, and I mean all of them, were still alive? But I wasn't going to just speculate on it. I was going to prove it. Here's Teddy Roosevelt. Here's Robin Williams. And that's both of their wives. And here's Andrew Jackson and his wife. And, well, what if we paired a younger picture with Miss Jackson with Miss Maxwell? Do you think that they might just fit pretty well down to the lips, the nose, and eye placement? And what if this goes back to our very first president and his wife, Martha? Funny how he looks a little more feminine than her. And a subscriber, Samantha, pointed out the resemblance of Glenn Close and George Washington. Funny, Glenn, especially spelled like Glenn Close, Glenn. It's a funny name for a girl. You want to see something even funnier? Here's Glenn Close's husband. And, well, do you recognize him? How about now?
Okay, let me pause it. Like I said, I'm with the conspiracies. But There's a lot of arguments out there that make a lot of sense. This guy could be right. You see, this guy, Tyler Hansen, he says that these people, they never die. They just transform. They hop into different bodies. So this woman and man that you're seeing on the screen, they can be 400 or 500 years old, even older. I can agree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that, but there's other theories. Have you ever seen the Eddie Murphy, Jackie Chan, Will Smith look-alike? There's a theory that says that there's a person just like you in another dimension. And these people can pull these people out of these different dimensions. Some people say that each state and country is a different dimension. Now, I've traveled before. I've traveled a lot. I've traveled all across America. I've traveled outside of the country. And I agree with that. Everybody has a twin. I don't know if every single body has a twin that looks just like them, but I know that everybody has a twin that acts like them, that walks like them. It's like if you go to San Diego, you might meet a guy named James. James is a bodybuilder. He's what you call an African American. He loves rock and roll and tattoos, and he's funny. He sniffs a little cocaine, and he has a cat. You would go to Phoenix and see that same guy. He looked totally different, but act the same way. They might have the same name. You're like, wow, you remind me of somebody. You remind me of this guy in San Diego. It's just, you're in a different body. You would go to Alabama and you would see a person that looked exactly like a person that you know in San Francisco. So that can explain it. We all have twins. We're starting to see the Jackie Chan twin and the Eddie Murphy. There's 4, 5, 6 different Eddie Murphys. 7. If you go to Indonesia, there's going to be an Indonesian guy that looks like Eddie Murphy. If you go to Zimbabwe, there's going to be a guy in Zimbabwe that reminds you of Martin Lawrence. And you only see this if you travel. You hear what I'm saying? And the easiest theory to wrap your mind around is just nepotism. All of these people are in the same family. And you kind of look like your uncle, right? You got a nephew that looks like your sister, right? This is one big coat, one big family, and they've been doing this shit for generations.
I don't really care how tough my past has been. I'm not even concerned about how difficult circumstances might be right now because there's something I can do right now that will make my future either better or worse. And because the choice is mine, I now choose to make it better.
Amen.
I don't really...
So as you can see, there's been different theories popping up. I just want to get into it. Get your snacks, expand your mind, relax your brain, and let's go.
I believe that these people who were not human, because when they put those headphones on and you heard different frequencies, and then they gave you this pink drink, like a bubblegum drink, I think that drink was to wipe out your memory.
Many of us may have been experimented on at a young age without ever knowing.
He was telling me that he didn't talk until he was 9 years old. He said also it felt like he was trapped in another realm. Like it was like he was here, but he was also somewhere else also.
They talk about something they call the hill. It is a place where they can all send their consciousness and talk to other children with the same abilities, other people with the same abilities.
Okay, y'all. I'm trying to see something. Let's expand our brain and learn something new. Okay, because I've been waiting. Let's just come on. Let's go.
Quite a few people have been talking about this recently, but many of us may have been experimented on at a young age without ever knowing. This was around the early 2000s, where many people specifically remember being a part of a program called GATE, which stands for Gifted and Talented Education. And according to people who were a part of this program, they were separated from their main class, taken to a windowless or dim lit room, and made to do different tasks like solving puzzles and hearing different frequencies through headphones. Now, there's a couple reasons why people are suspicious of this program in the first place. For starters, although the class was meant to be for students who were above average academically, most of the people who were actually in the program recall only having average grades compared to some of their peers who were not involved in the program. On top of that, while much of the curriculum was just normal puzzles, many people recall being—
Hold on. He right. I was in the GATE program, but I wasn't all that smart. You see, I admit it. I'm not all that ABC 1, 2, 3 type smart. You hear what I'm saying? I was a daydreamer in class, but I was still in the gifted program. You see, that never made sense to me. I'm glad that he said that. Look back, a lot of people that was in the Gates program, they wasn't all that genius and everything. It was something else they was looking for. It's another reason they put us in this program.
To do seemingly impossible tasks like guessing numbers, shapes, or objects that were covered up or just out of view. This led to a lot of speculation about the classes, with many people believing that the program was created by a government agency in order to find children with supernatural-like abilities. Some people went even further, stating that they may have been looking for people with supernatural abilities in order to shut them down to prevent future threats, or that they were trying to recruit them, do more tests on them, and see how they can use that power for themselves.
Now, y'all, I just looked up a little bit more and I saw these headphones and I'm like, I remember these headphones. Hold on, let's watch it.
If these headphones look familiar to you, you might have been involved with a program when you were in elementary school called the GATE program. It involved a lot of matching items like these, like matching shapes, remembering things to see like how good your memory was. And a lot of people said that they also took a drink beforehand and it was pink.
Now that we know that we were all part of the Gateway Experiment program back in elementary school and kindergarten, now that we know that, here's what I believe. I believe that we were all born with special abilities, superpowers. Now, the people that did this test on us, these people had to be like some type of different entity. These people were not human. The people that came and grabbed us from our classrooms were not human, okay? These people were doing an experiment on us because they knew that we were all connected to God at some point in time. They knew that we had a deeper connection with God. They also knew that we had psychic ability to this very day, okay? And I don't believe that they clearly wiped out our abilities. And I'm going to tell you why. Because to this day, I still believe that I have psychic abilities. I'm able to see spirits. I'm able to see entities. I'm able to see low vibrations in people. I'm able to see demons. I'm able to see things that most people won't even see or don't even see. I'm able to feel certain things that I can't describe. I keep seeing the numbers 222. I have been seeing the numbers 222 for years. I have a special ability where I could think about a person, like a person could come across my mind, and then later on that same day, that person would pop up. Or I could think certain things, and whatever I'm thinking, it will come to pass. So I believe that I have special ability because I'm able to see things, I'm able to know things without finding out about it. Like, it's just certain things that I know, right? So I believe that these people who were not human, I believe that they were something else, okay? And you know, they tried to take away our superpowers. And honestly, I believe they failed. Because when they put those headphones on and you heard different frequencies, and then they gave you this pink drink, like a bubblegum drink. I think that drink was to wipe out your memory. That's what the pink drink was for. And the frequency sounds that came from the headphones, I think those frequency sounds were sounds that were supposed to mess up our chakra. It was supposed to destroy our chakra that's connected to God. So now that we know the truth, it is up to us to take back our power. It is up to us to take back our abilities that we have, because honestly, we have the power. They tried to destroy it back in.
Okay, let me go back to the pink drink. Yeah, I believe that the pink drink was meant to wipe our memory out. But the frequencies, I feel that that was a test to see who can actually pick up the different frequencies, you know, like a dog whistle. They would tell us to put on these headphones, and then they would press a button and we would hear that. And then they would press it again and we would hear that, and they would lower the volume and we would hear the button that they press. But then they would introduce a frequency, and only certain people can hear the frequency. And when you could hear that frequency, they trip out. They say, how the hell do this child hear something that they don't supposed to be hearing? Because if you can hear these frequencies, you could see ghosts. You could see the demon face. You could see the programs and the tactics. You could see it. You could defeat the whole system, man. This is the gate program. Like I said, the school, the headphones and the pink drinks, the cards, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm telling you, there's people that's not even homosexual. They was made to be homosexual by the people that was put in a life. Their family knew that their uncle was what they knew, man. They knew that the uncle did bad things to kids, but yet they let the uncle be around the kids on purpose, and they sat back and watched, and they left magazines and VHS tapes and shit. And now this person is living a life, living in a reality that they don't even know, man. I'm telling you, this goes way deep. So like I said, the pink stuff, I'm going to move on from this video, but the pink stuff, yes, it was meant to wipe out our memory, but the headphones, nah, that was to see who was picking up the frequencies. Have you ever sat back and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it seems like you heard a frequency, like something in your brain was being tuned. You didn't know where it was coming from. That's what it used to sound like, man. Another thing, one more thing, and I'm going to move on from this gateway experiment program for a minute, because this is about to get big. More people are going to start talking about this, but I'm going to move on after this. Listen. In Stranger Things 11, who was a part of the gate program, 11 used to have nosebleeds. When I was growing up, me and a couple of my friends, we all had nosebleeds. Even my woman used to have nosebleeds. I think that the nosebleeds had something to do with the gate program. Hey, one of the nosebleeds was a result of the pineal gland decalcifying. Because it came from your nose. I don't know. I didn't research that shit. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to figure out why the nosebleeds. Why did 11 even have nosebleeds? Man, I used to wake up and my whole pillow used to be full of blood, man. I'm not lying. I bet you if there's one of my siblings or my mother or my father listening to right now, they can lift their hands up to God and agree. And I'm talking about like at least 3 times a week, man. 3 times a week. This was in the 80s.
You never know when you might need the darker sides of your character integrated within you in a manner that doesn't terrify you in order to take the next step forward. You know, if you're not a bit of a monster and you encounter a monster, you're going to lose. So you need to have some of the monster within you. That's what happens to Harry Potter, right? That's why he is able to attain ascendance over Voldemort. He has a piece of Voldemort's soul hidden inside him. You never...
I had to find that out. Look, I figured that out real quick when I became homeless. They make you they make you think that you're supposed to walk around and be as gentle as a dove and smile at everybody and hold the door open for everybody, help an old lady across the street. You know, be polite. But there's another world. A lot of people, they go to work and they come back and they watch Grey's Anatomy and they eat their sushi, they California roll, and they drive by these places where homeless people are, where poverty, where the darkness is, and they never see it. But if you are unfortunate enough to see the darkness, like I've seen the darkness, you would understand why the Bible say, be as wise as a serpent. That's what this guy is talking about. Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. That dark side, look. I went out there, I was homeless, I had a smile, and in one day, that shit disappeared. They'll eat you up. Somebody asked me, can the Most High bless you with something wrong? And I had to really think about that. Can the Most High bless you with something wrong? Like, say you got a weed spot. You selling drugs. Can the Most High give you protection when you breaking the law? I don't want to go against the Bible right now. I don't want to go against Christianity or anything. I'm not a scholar like that. But let me just tell you some experience, right? When I was out there and doing my thing, the Most High protected me. That's the crazy thing about it. The Most High told me to sell the weed. I know that sound crazy. The Most High never told me to hurt nobody. But the Most High told me to sell the weed. He told me. It went smooth when I followed him. He told me to make the bags fat. He told me to make the bags fatter. He never told me to gyp anybody. He told me to start doing a loan shark. He said, charge, if they take $100 out, charge them $100. And I did it. You hear what I'm saying? And I made a lot of money. And there was times people wanted to rob me. There was times that people was plotting on me. But the Most High had my back. So the person that asked me, can the Most High bless you when you doing wrong? Listen, man, like I said, I don't want to go against any ancient teachings or anything. But during my experience in this life, the Most High blessed me in the dope game. I mean, he even told me when to get out, man. Now, that's going to go over a lot of people's head. I love the Most High because he's just not a square. I hope you understand that, man. Let me hear this one more time.
Know when you might need the darker sides of your character integrated within you in a manner that doesn't terrify you in order to take the next step forward. You know, if you're not a bit of a monster and you encounter a monster, you're going to lose. So you need to have some of the monster within you. That's what happens to Harry Potter, right? That's why he is able to attain ascendance over Voldemort. He has a piece of Voldemort's soul hidden inside him. You never know.
And another thing, chosen ones, don't nobody stalk you, watch you, and monitor you harder than somebody who lost a seat at your table. Because they remember how good you was eating at that table too. Suckers.
Look. This is the cold thing, right? This is how God is. He made the chosen ones look like peasants. I'm not just talking about with the clothes, with the situations. There's chosen ones that got pretty cool jobs. But the Most High made us seem like we were the outcasts when we really was the gifts. There was some people in your family, that one cousin or that one nephew that looked up to you, that could see it. And you could see it in their eyes that they could see it. They're just like you. But for the rest of them, they thought they had you. They thought that you was a failure, not even knowing. And now that the tables have turned, look, this is new earth. Whether you say it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, this is new earth. This is our time. The chosen ones are the new celebrities, and people are going to start coming to us for all of our information. Even the people that hate it. That's a part of their karma, to sit back and watch us. And they have to be in the audience now. They can't sit next to us. Just imagine if there's an award show. SR&BG Wormwood wins the award for Best Content Creator of the Year. And I get up there to receive my award, and I give my speech. I'm not going to give my mama no props. My sisters, my cousins. You see how they eliminate it? I'm going to thank the Most High. I'm going to thank content creators. I'm going to thank other subscribers. People that liked, comment, shared, and subscribed. I'm going to thank spiritual samurai. I'm going to thank Fresh Jeff and CJ Ward. Yeah, that's who I'm going to thank when I get on stage. You see, these people who look down at you, who spread the smear campaign like mayonnaise, they can't eat with you. All they could do is sit back and watch your bitter baby mama, your stinking baby daddy. All they could do is sit back and watch. You just don't even understand how rich you about to be. I'm telling you, you don't even have to be a content creator. Whatever you doing, you're about to be the number one at it. And these people that went against you, they're going to have to watch that.
No funny shit. Y'all be thinking it's always materials or money, but people really be jealous of strong people. People that overcome everything that was sent to destroy them. People who are themselves authentically. And people who don't need others to feel complete or validated. As people do get jealous of the little things like that. It's not always what's on you, it's what's in you. Everybody don't got that same aura. And they be mad about that. No funny.
Imagine not being picked by people, but being chosen by God. They can overlook you all they want, but I'm going to tell you this. God would choose you over them any day. Being chosen by God is worth way more than these people here on this earth. Know that.
You know what I heard? If you look at a person and they have a lot of physical friends, then they have very few spiritual friends. And if you look at a person and they have very few physical friends, they have many spiritual friends. Let me say that one more time. If you look at a person and that person has a lot of physical friends, then that means that they don't have a lot of spiritual friends. And if you look at a person and they don't have a lot of physical friends, that means that they have a lot of spiritual friends. Think about it.
If you want things to change for you, you got to start listening and watching things that promote the change that you want to see. If you want to change in a certain direction, you have to constantly fill your brain up with the things that you want to see, the reality that you want to live. You have to exit out of the system, exit out of the reality that you no longer want. Stop watching it, stop listening to it, and enter into the one you really want. That changes your atmosphere. That will immediately change how you think. That will immediately change how you walk. That is how you go into the next level. Strong. Shalom.
This is why Nipsey Hussle vibed higher than damn near everybody from his hood. Because he's seen different realities. He's seen different things. He smelt different things. He went different places. There's a guy that's in South Central LA right now. He was born and raised in South Central LA. He's still on the same program. He can't even break the program because he see the same thing. This guy lives 5 miles away from the ocean and he haven't even been to the beach yet. There's a lot of people out there like that. This is why rich people, they take vacations, not just to relax. I mean, they can relax in Massachusetts. They can relax in Idaho. The reason they go to Jamaica and Hawaii, Aruba, the reason they go to places like that and experience different things is because when you go to places and you experience different things, just like Nipsey Hussle went to a lot of different places. Unlike the other Rolling 60 who was born and raised in South Central LA, when you go to other different places, you can manifest that shit. You can visualize. How can you visualize Hawaii when you never been to Hawaii? Yes, you can sit back and you could look at a picture, and if you're a master manifester, then you can manifest that like that. But the majority of people would have to go there and taste the food, listen to the music, the smells. How did it feel? If you was to go to Hawaii and you was from Mississippi, if you're from Jackson, Mississippi, and you was to go to Hawaii and be on vacation in Hawaii for 2 weeks, and then after that, you went to New York City, and then 2 weeks after that, you went to Chicago, and then when you came back to Jackson, Mississippi, you will feel different. People would see it on you. You would be able to sit back and imagine way more than the person who stayed in Jackson, Mississippi. This guy says, fill your brain with direction, not idleness. You hear what I'm saying? This is why I'm always traveling. This is why I can manifest faster than my brother. My brother been a CNA for about 20 years.
The Scholastic Book Fair didn't sell toys. It sold functional surveillance equipment to 9-year-olds. You remember the smell of those battered silver cases when they rolled into the gymnasium. They looked like military transport crates because that's exactly what they were. But look closer at the inventory list from 1996. The Spy Ear, a working parabolic microphone. You thought it was a toy? It was a hot mic. The schematics show a secondary transmitter inside the plastic casing. You weren't just listening to your parents argue. The agency was listening to you, and those gray kneaded erasers everyone had, they weren't for pencil lead. They were standard issue fingerprint lifting compound. You freely gave them your biometrics for 50 cents. And the books? They were the psychological profile. If you bought Goosebumps, you tested high for trauma tolerance. If you bought I Spy, you had elite pattern recognition. That thin newsprint catalog wasn't an order form. It was a personality test. The parent volunteers running the cash box, they weren't moms. They were handlers marking the high potential subjects. And here is the ugliest part. You know that kid from 4th grade, the one who won the principal's raffle, and then suddenly moved away in November? He didn't move. He passed the exam. And he's been watching you ever since.
Hey, This is another part of the GATE program. Like I said, as time start moving faster and we get more and more into 2026, 2027, it's going to be a lot that come out. People is worried about the Epstein files. Listen, the Epstein files is like the little carnival that came to your city. That little carnival that lasted for about 3-4 days. That's the Epstein files. That's Epstein Island. There's a Disneyland out there. Epstein Island, Disneyland. Epstein Island, Disneyland. Look, Epstein Island is just the tip of the iceberg. I heard that there's islands where they just eat people. There's islands where dinosaurs, woolly mammoths and shit. There's islands. Do you know how many islands there are? There's islands where there's people that still thinking that they caveman. There's islands that the government have that they come and drop food and they think that the government is angels and shit. You hear what I'm saying? There's islands where there's just nothing but snake people. Right here under this firmament. We're about to learn a lot of stuff. It's going to shock a lot of people.
There's money and power with the Maxwell family.
You see?
Ghislaine Maxwell comes from a multi-billion-dollar family. This is all connected. How do people get into the German government? How do people get into the French government? How do people get into the American government? This is all connections. And these people are showing you what they are. They're showing you what they are. And there's money.
We never, ever reincarnate to the I love you so much people. We always reincarnate to the situations of why we hate ourselves.